Juzak it and win the championship, taking the final over in this victory.
City of 1.75 million people, Budapest.
Let's take a look then at the road to the finals for Adrian Juzak of Poland and Csaba Baniak of Hungary. Baniak beating Georgiek in the semi-final. Juzak beating Baniak's partner Katz in the other semi-final. That would have been interesting, wouldn't it? Baniak and Katz playing in men's doubles to conclude the coverage here in Budapest. So we move on to coverage live here of the men's singles final. The second of 5 matches to bring you coverage of. And there is our referee, Qassem Al-Hassan, who has the privilege of watching over the players for this men's singles final. So just a few moments away from welcoming Adrian Juzak out onto the field of play. He comes from the world of freestyle football, very confident on the ball and very accurate with many different body parts. He's been playing Teqball for more than 5 years now, a well-known character, a real force to be reckoned with. There's been a few pauses in his career, but he's now back to full focus, the singles expert, and is coming up against one of the greats of the game. Really nice guy as well, Csaba Baniak. He's won 3 Challenger Cups in singles, but more of a doubles specialist, a world champion in men's doubles in 2019, alongside former partner Adam Blažević. Those two have separated, more on that later on in the show. And a world champion in mixed doubles as well, alongside Janet Janacek. Those two, a great team. Janacek won it in the women's individual. Can her teammate Csaba Baniak do so here? Juzak is a really, really talented player and will take some beating as the two embrace. I'm really hyped and excited for this one. Tim White, who joins me alongside me in the commentary box again.
Yeah, James, should be magnificent. Csaba Baniak, the only player, by the way, to make 2 finals this week. Players were limited to entry in only 2 of the potential 3 categories, and he was the only one to make it through to 2 finals. So we'll see him here, and then as you mentioned a little bit later on, chose not to play with Janacek in the mix, chose to play in the singles instead. And that could be a nod to the World Championships, which are coming up in Nuremberg in just a little bit over a month.
Let's meet our players individually then. Adrian Juzak, 176 centimetres tall, up against the tall, intimidating figure of Csaba Baniak. And just because he's tall, I can assure you, does not mean he's not flexible. One of the most flexible players, in fact, out there. You will see out wide the power and the accuracy he generates from that right leg is an absolute weapon. He beat the likes of Martin Turetsky in the quarterfinals and then beat tournament favourite Apor Georgiek in the semi-finals. Really was quite surprised that Georgiek didn't play his best game there, but Csaba was straight, consistent and aggressive. He's the best defender of the ball, but his attacks are absolutely superb. Well, he is the perfect doubles player and is proving himself to be a real force in singles. We're underway with Csaba Baniak getting us started. And Juzak apologises there. Gets a bit lucky with that point. Baniak's serve, watch this, by the way. Throws the ball up and attacks it, smashes it down, and expects to see a string of aces. And that there was not quite the first one. He's going to have a second serve. Oh, my goodness me. Look at the power on that. Juzak with a harvester. It hits the edge of the table.
Good defending from Dušak, showing why he's got to this final and how he's improved.
Juzak, winner of the 2019 Teqball Masters in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, winner of Challenger Cup in Porto Alegre, silver medalist in the World Championships 2019 men's singles, lost to Adam Blažević in the final, bronze medalist in the World Championship 2021 and 2018 in men's singles, looking to pick up gold here for the first time on the European Teqball Tour. So Juzak loses his first point, Baniak levels. Baniak will look to get at least, well, there was a legal return called, and we've already, Tim, got a VAR call.
Well, that was interesting because Duszak was asking his corner whether what they thought, it was completely the wrong side of the table, the judge, but he was saying, no, don't waste it. But he still went for the video replay, the VAR, the player's challenge. Was it side, was it edge?
It's difficult to tell from that angle, isn't it? We'll see in a second when the movement moves on. The referee's waiting from the call from the VAR assistants.
They'll be panicking in the truck right now.
Challenge is completed. Legal return. Point team in blue.
So the point does go the way of Csaba Baniak. So challenge wasted early on there from...
We saw that in the women's as well, didn't we? The person who wasted the challenge ended up losing.
Yep. Really strong serve there from Baniak. Juzak goes out wide and attacks with the head. Baniak sets himself up for the smash. Juzak somehow takes a sting out of the shot and shoulders it back into play, but it's a little bit too weak. And Baniak starting to find some rhythm here. He will win a lot of points on serve. Juzak has to make sure he does the same back in response. It's really interesting seeing Baniak playing in singles, very much a doubles player. He will be in the men's doubles final alongside Katz, who lost in his match against Juzak. Csaba Baniak's former partner, Adam Blažević, a former world champion himself, would have been the more likely of the two to have seen in this final. But as it is, Baniak is the man that's here, and that's brilliant. A great harvest of that from Juzak. And for those of you new to the sport, a harvester is when the ball is drawn short into the centre of the table. Think of it like a drop shot in tennis. And you'll see there the technique required just to scoop it off the top of the toe, the top of your foot. Baniak takes a sting out of the shots. And the smash is long this time. And this is actually a reoccurring theme of the Baniak game. He can sometimes lose a little bit of focus, and those smashes do sometimes drift away. They will come back, though, make no mistake about that. Juzak is a very popular figure here, as is Baniak, to be fair. These two absolute titans of the sport. And are we going to see this match go the distance? Similar to like how we saw with the women's singles final.
Double fault.
It's a double fault from Juzak earlier on, a captain's fault. The term captain's fault is used to describe a double fault. Benz Capitana was a Hungarian footballer who was often committing such a move, hence the name captain's fault. Baniak plays the ball back into the middle. Juzak with a chance to attack now because Baniak was very much out of position there. And Juzak saw it, read the situation well, went out wide. And I must say, has settled very well in this final. That's really clever play from Adrian Juzak.
Yeah, he had a really tough run to get to the final. Not many expected him to beat Julien Grondin in the quarters. That was a titanic 12-9 deciding set victory, and then had to overcome Balázs Katz, as you said, doubles partner of Csaba Baniak in the semis.
Well, Julien Grondin and Adrian Juzak do have a pretty good rivalry over the years. In fact, it was Grondin that Juzak beats in his Masters victory in 2019 in Riyadh, as he hits the side of the table. And Baniak, in doing so, has kept the scores level as we move on to the Baniak serve. Are we going to see a clean sweep? Is he going to get that smash right? There you go. Makes the back of the table, but Juzak's ready for it. Baniak was prepared and ready for the smash, which means next time he'll have to return it with his head or his shoulder. He can't do it with his leg again. You can't repeat the same body part to return. Oh, it's unlucky for Baniak there. It was a smart move. It was the right idea, but he's not pulled it off the sole of the foot. Not quite as effective there as he would have hoped it.
Terrific defending. I mean, just to stay in the rally after that serve is pretty sensational.
There's the serve from Baniak. It's long. So it'll be a second serve.
Second service.
Oh my goodness me, the second serve is just as aggressive as the first serve. Well, this is new from Baniak. He usually second serves with his knee or with his head, a slower, more reserved serve, but he's just attacking them both. This is ruthless. Baniak is just growing ever more stronger as a player. Never ceases to amaze me, but Juzak is very much up for the challenge. Baniak slams to the floor there. That looks quite sore, but he seems okay. Juzak's got inside Baniak's head a little bit here. He's making him question his own game a little bit. And was really out of sorts there, Baniak. The knee went down pretty hard, but he doesn't seem to show any sign of injury, so I'm sure he's all right. Great serve that from Baniak, but Juzak just seems to be able to just absorb them. And there's the mistake off the top of the net from Juzak. This is tight, this is cagey. Any thoughts on predictions at this point, Tim?
You've got to favour Baniak, I think, but I think Dušak's actually playing slightly the better at the moment, and with these 4 serves to come, he has a real chance to forge ahead.
He does. Taking this thing out of that Baniak serve. There's not a lot of players in the Teqball world that can say that.
Second service.
So we're effectively at the halfway point of this first set. Very little in it, and it's the second captain's fault from Adrian Juzak, who's maybe going just a little bit too hard on the serve there. There's 2 double faults already in this set, gifting Csaba Baniak the lead. So Baniak gets it up high and just about gets away with that. He'd planned to attack a little bit more, but Juzak takes advantage of it, powers the ball into the body of Baniak. Baniak was out of position and just stopped the ball with his hand because he knew the point was over here. You can see from the replay. Juzak out wide, there comes a smash. Baniak just says, sorry, I can't get that one back. Point over. Just about caught the edge of the table. It looked like Juzak had pulled out an astonishing ace there.
New first service.
Dušak will take his career earnings to over $20,000 today, win or lose.
Net. Second service.
Yeah, the winner of this match will get $1,200. Second place with $700. Third place with $500. The smash comes in from Juzak. It's too strong, and Baniak can only get half a foot to it. And, well, Juzak seems to be doing everything right here. He's more of a singles specialist. And that just cannons off the shin of Baniak. Here we go then. Juzak with the serve. It's long. We've seen 2 double faults already from Juzak, 2 captain's faults.
Second service.
It's going to be a bit more reserved now, you feel. Oh, it's a third double fault now for Adrian Juzak.
Dušak has been in the semi-finalists of the World Championship singles in each of the last 3 stagings, but has yet to win the title, the big one. Maybe it'll be a real challenge in Nuremberg and can correct that little statistic.
Out.
So Katz versus Baniak would have been an interesting final, wouldn't it? In the end, Katz has sat in coach's corner for Baniak. 8-all, the double faults, I feel, are probably one of the main talking points of this first set. That's 3 points that is given away, and Baniak with a huge serve. And he is closing in now, you feel, maybe just on this first set. Still a way to go. But it is the Baniak serve, and he gets the ace, the confidence will be flowing. Can he back it up now with a second consecutive ace? It's the aces versus the double faults that have been the difference between these 2 players. There comes a big serve, a sweeping right foot serve there from Baniak. Juzak gets out wide and gets it all wrong into the middle of the table, but on the wrong side. And Baniak is flying here now. He's quietly gone about his business. He's got things done in an effective manner.
Edge ball.
It's an edge ball. Baniak was celebrating it.
Well, if he takes these 4 serves, of course, he wins the set from 8-all. He's taken 2 out of 2.
Baniak with the massive serve again. Juzak's there this time. He's in a better position to attack it, but it's wide. And that sets up triple set points for Csaba Baniak. Is it an edge ball, though? I think it clipped the edge of the table on the way past. It did, so Juzak gets away with one there.
Just a little delay as the 2 referees conferred before giving that, so it's still 10-8.
Out.
Every missed first serve is joy for Dušak.
But Juzak does seem to be able to get behind those serves, and Baniak doesn't really have a second serve, and Juzak climbs up on the table, but this time it is set point to Baniak. But yeah, Baniak doesn't really seem to have a second serve anymore. He somehow has managed to find a way of just providing 2 first serves.
It's high risk, but it
It's paying off, and he's not had a
really is.
single captain's fault. In fact, it's been the opposite. Juzak's had 3, and that is the difference between these two players. Set point number 1, massive serve from Banjic, but Juzak manages to keep it alive. He can't find a take from neck, and he can't! It is Banjic that takes the first set at the first time of asking. A few aces, but 3 double faults from Juzak. In the end, they proved crucial. It is Csaba Banjic who takes the first set, 12-8.
Yeah, he can't afford to make 2, let alone 3 in a set against a high-quality opponent. They don't come much better quality than Csaba Banjic. It was his birthday just a couple of weeks ago. 28 years of age, slightly older than Dušak, but boy, is he a fit, agile, and powerful athlete. In the semi-final, started second favourite against Georgiak, the form that the Romanian's been in, but came through it in 3, 12-6 in the decider, and here he's taken the first set against Adrian Dušak.
So there you can see, actually, officially, there weren't any aces from Csaba Banjic, but it didn't matter. Those 2 first serves, which are effectively his style, have proven to be dominant, winning 46 first serves in, 31% of, well, actually not as many first serve points as you'd expect. I think we need to give Juzak some credibility for his defensive play. He is a great defensive player in Teqball. Long rallies do benefit him, and he gains in confidence as matches go on as well. But Banjic has been absolutely stylish out there. Takes that first set 12-8.
There's always such good camaraderie on the tour. Almost everyone gets on with everyone else, eating in the same canteen, always swapping jokes and sitting next to each other. They know each other so well, especially these two who've been at the top of the sport for 5 years.
But friendships turn into rivalries as soon as the lights go on here in Teqball finals, and Banjic just somehow, I mean, he missed the shot, but from that angle, he had no right to attack the ball.
Shows his confidence, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Say the second
Absolutely.
serve that is the first serve.
Yeah, you're completely spot on there, Tim. It does. It shows just how confident he is in this position. With that set behind him, Juzak's got work to do here.
I mean, he needs it, doesn't he? Because sometimes you can see him making repeated mistakes when he loses the confidence. Right now, he needs to make the most of this.
Yes, he does. So Juzak will need a little bit of a run here. It wasn't much in it in that first set. I thought for a second there it was another captain's fault, but he will get second serve now. In comes that second serve, it just skims the back of the table, but it's all good. Banjic with the smash, Juzak there sucks it up and sets himself up now, but it's all wrong. And he didn't get that layup quite right, and in the end was chasing the ball down.
Yeah, you see the difference there between the top players. He wasn't settling for a defensive header from the back that he could have made. He tried to rush in and get nearer the net so he could be more aggressive. In the end, the ball just was a little too near the table and he couldn't get it.
So Juzak levels the score at 1 point all. Banjic now out wide, there's the smash. Juzak just sucks it in so well, doesn't he, and heads the ball long again. It's another mistake from Juzak, and you worry for him at this point because the unforced errors are starting to creep in. We saw that with Janacek in the previous final. She managed to overcome them. That's what Juzak has to do now. He has to stop making mistakes because Banjic will not forgive you. He will not relent.
Yeah, he needs to niggle away and dent that confidence, and I think he'd learned from Janacek in the previous match. A couple of harvesters laid him up short when his opponent was deep, and that, well, he thought it would help, but it's not an ace, it's an edge ball.
A roar of approval from Juzak, who thought he'd won that point. In the end, it was an edge ball. And the Juzak serve, I worry about these second serves because he's attacking them so powerfully. Will we see a change in style? We do. We see it with the head. And Banjic's not sure about that.
I don't think he will challenge. Player challenges available. He's having a long think. He's looking at Balázs Katz in the corner.
I mean, he had the best angle of that. Hopefully we'll see the replay. Let's have a look now. I'm not sure we're going to get the replay, but that was really close. Banjic made to pay for leaving the ball, and another mistake out wide from Juzak, this time with the head. And he looks frustrated, Juzak.
Yeah, and understandably so. He was playing much better in the first set. There's only 1 point between them, but he's just not quite as powerful as he was. And of course, we've only had one of 4 serves in this set for Banjic.
So in comes the serve again from Banjic. And into the net, it's another mistake from Juzak. And now Baniak has moved into a 4-2 lead.
And you wouldn't bet against it being 6-2?
No, not at this point. Baniak looks on track to win his first major singles title here. Have to have a few decisions after this as well, because he's very much a Bournemouth winner in doubles and in mixed doubles. You can only play 2 of the 3 though, but here he is about to win Teqball European Tour. And Juzak again, this time out wide with the foot with the mistake. 5-2.
There's 6 inches, 15 centimetres between these two, and the height on the serve, and also in open play that he can get on those smashes, just take it sailing out of the reach of Adrian Dušak when he gets it right.
And given the height difference between the two players, there's only 4 kilograms between them. Juzak very much the stronger, stockier of the two. Baniak plays it back into the middle of the table. Now you'll see Juzak return. It's Harvester with the left foot this time. Baniak scoops that that right foot up high.
Yeah, the Janeček-like play again there, serving him well, and he wins the point again. I think he's done that 3 times, and I think he's won all 3 of those when he's seen Baniak deep expecting the smash.
Well, that's why Janeček and Baniak are such a formidable mixed doubles pairing. Mixed doubles final will be after our gala match. We've got the women's doubles final to bring you before that.
Point to Team in White.
Mixed doubles final does promise to be an absolute cracker of a match. Nikola Mitro and Maja Mitovic taking on Shoma Sherry and Balač Velki. Sorry, no, that's the men's doubles. It's Anne Shak and Boglarka Naj taking on Gabriela Cota and Christina Arch in the women's doubles.
The point going to Baniak, he's pretty certain, as the review is still waiting for the official decision.
As for repeat the rally.
So it was an edge ball.
New first service.
Dušak gets away at 3-5.
So there's a serve from Juzak. It's left by Baniak, and again we see him leave when he probably should have attacked the ball.
Well, we've seen video interventions and referees' decisions change and really absolutely change the context of the match in the first final. Is that going to have a play here?
Juzak's serve is becoming a little bit more consistent here. Baniak decides not to smash and just opts to get it back in. Juzak with the smash, Baniak with a strong right foot, a chest and a head to get the ball back into play. Juzak attacks it out wide with the snipe header, but it's long, and Baniak clenches his fist, knowing that was a huge point. Having that 2-point advantage is a confidence booster, and Baniak is absolutely flooding with confidence. If Juzak really starts to get his confidence up, he could be really quite dangerous in this match. And he's done it again. Somehow, Juzak just consistently keeps finding that back end of the table. His coach watches on.
First service. Net.
Dušak's almost representing the rest of the world here. We're in danger of a Hungarian clean sweep of all the gold medals. We've had one already with a come-from-behind victory over the American for Janeček, and we've got 2 all-Hungarian finals.
Out. Point to Team in White. Timeout for Team in White.
So timeout called. Chance now for the coaches to have a little bit of a chat. Maybe go through some tactics. Referee's drying the ball. It is very warm here.
Yeah, it is.
The Riz Levante Sport Charnock Arena. Very sweaty conditions. It's a packed house here.
I think it's a chance, really, isn't it, to disrupt any momentum that your opponent has got and just have a sit down and clear your head. Good day for the Phoenix Academy so far. Shala looking very relaxed. Dušak a little less so. Just joining us, this is Budapest European Teqball Tour Finals Day. We had the bronze matches this morning. We're into the gold session now. Time out, time up. Ronaldinho watching on in the VIP box. He's had a coffee and is
gripped to this men's singles match, having just witnessed a phenomenal women's singles match. Congratulations to Janet Janaszek, winning in front of her home crowd here. Carol Greco had chances, especially in that second set. But here we go, locked on 6-all in this second set. Juzak needs to keep himself in this match by winning this set, otherwise it will be Baniak who is the world champion. Baniak with the big serve. Juzak takes a sting out of it but can't chase the ball down, and Baniak will be pleased with that serve. First of 4. 1 down, 3 to go. Again, that unique style of serve. He just sweeps the foot down. It almost feels like a cheat code as he wins a second consecutive point. If Baniak manages to get all 4 of these, he's in prime position to take the singles European Teqball Tour final. Juzak again just can't quite take the sting out of it, and Baniak is playing like a man possessed. Another fantastic serve, 9-6. Baniak looking to make it 4 out of 4. This one just long. No, it's made it. It's made the back of the table. My goodness me, what a statement that is from Baniak. Katz's coach looks on approvingly. That is 4 incredible serves.
First time
that
today.
One an ace.
We've had a clean sweep for the first time today in the men's final.
Juzak with work to do. A strong serve of his own, but Baniak sets himself up for the smash, gets up over it well. Juzak's there, drops the ball short with the harvester. Baniak somehow manages to get it back in. It bounced off the net and falls to the wrong side of the table. Katz is trying to call the attention of Baniak. We'll see those two playing doubles together later. 10-7 to score. Juzak trying to claw his way back into this after those 4 consecutive points on the Baniak serve. Juzak has a lot of work to do here. 1 point going the way of the Hungarian.
Another camera.
Yeah.
Taken out.
Another camera down. It clipped off the top of the cameraman's lens. He did very well to avoid that.
He didn't move his camera. No. Professional.
Protect yourself
focused.
first.
Second serve.
10-7. Second serve. A Katz's fault now would be really not good news, but it hits the back of the table. Baniak sets up the smash, and how he gets the table from that angle is absolutely bewildering. It's too many touches, I think, there from Juzak.
That was a harsh decision. No complaint from Dusan, but he looked like he'd done so well, but it hit 2 parts of the body and making the defence originally.
Here we go then. Match point has come about so quickly. Shaba Baniak, 11-7 to the good. It's on the Juzak serve. This for the men's final. The tension levels have risen an extra inch. Juzak with the serve. Baniak sets himself up for the smash. It's long. 1 save from Juzak.
A long way to go, hasn't he?
So Juzak saves 1, still 3 to go, and will have at least 1 more. Shaba Baniak serve. Juzak's serve is long. Baniak celebrates it as though it is a point.
Yeah, Baniak will have 2 attempts on his own serve to win the match, even if he doesn't take this point.
Second serve now for Juzak. Match point down. In comes the serve. Baniak's good. Takes it out wide. Headers it long. So that's 2 saved from Juzak. Can he find 2 more?
Well, he's done all he can to stay in the match, but now comes the big part, and off your screen at the moment as you watch the replay, Baniak just telling himself to calm down, palms facing down to the floor.
Here we go then, it's the Baniak serve. He won 4 out of 4 in his last service routine. This to make it 5 out of 5 in the match. In comes the serve. Juzak is there though, plays it up high and wide. It's an edge ball, and yet another match point is not quite taken by Baniak, but he has yet another 4 serves. And you can see from the replay there the swinging left foot of Juzak. He is right-footed, that is his weaker foot. In comes the serve from Baniak at match point. Juzak plays himself out wide. There comes the smash to the wrong side of the table. And Shaba Baniak has done it in front of his own crowd in straight sets. He wins 12-8, 12-9. Shaba Baniak, many congratulations. You are the Teqball European Tour Budapest men's singles champion. It's his first ever major singles title. He's won world championships in doubles before, but he's done it now in singles in the European Teqball Tour, setting himself up perfectly for the World Championships, which takes place in just over a month's time in Nuremberg. But Shaba Baniak follows in the footsteps of Janacek, his teammate in mixed doubles, to take gold. A thought for Adrian Juzak, who really did bring the match to Baniak. But in the end, Baniak just proved too consistent, too powerful, too accurate. And that serve was just too much to deal with.
Yeah, Adrian will be disappointed, really. He made too many errors in the first set for sure, showed guts in the second, but Baniak with his tail up, such a difficult person to beat, and the Polish player is defeated. And so, well, he chose not to play mixed doubles with Janacek. In the end, it was gold for Janacek in singles and gold for Baniak in singles.
Well, you can see in that second set, the first serves from Sheva Baniak much more improved, as were the second serves. Sheva Baniak is a player who really does benefit from those big serves. So that concludes our coverage of both the women's singles finals and the men's singles finals.